Hello. So today I'm going to offer some opportunity to sit with any grief you might be having. Grief can result from a variety of different losses and types of losses, types of feelings, and just wanted to create some space today for that. Now, some kinds of losses are very easily recognized. For example, the death of a loved one, divorce, or the loss of a job. But other types of losses can be just as difficult to deal with and maybe less understood. So what we're going to do is just open up some space for you to work through some change or just acknowledge where you're at regarding certain issues, and it's up to you to name what those are. So with that being said, we're going to start by just relaxing a little bit. So get comfy wherever you are. Close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And start with a big, deep, full breath. Fill your lungs completely. And as you breathe out, feel your body sinking into the surface that you're on. Breathe in slowly. And breathe out. In and out. Keep breathing slowly and calmly. And let your breathing relax you. Allow your breathing to be your focus. Allow yourself to fold in deeper. Dealing with grief is tiring. You may be feeling tired, stressed, or burnt out lately. And it might be caused by the grief process. It is normal to be short-tempered, have problems with memory and concentration. The process of dealing with grief is similar to the process of recovering from a physical injury. When a physical injury occurs, the body needs time to heal and recover. Dealing with grief is no different. The mind needs time to recover and heal. And you need that time to cope. Just be kind to yourself. Grant yourself that grace and give yourself that time. There are several stages of grief. It's normal to experience these stages, many maybe more than once, and in no particular order. It's normal to experience numbness at a time where you don't feel very much at all. Doesn't mean you're insensitive, that you don't care. Rather, it's the mind's way of protecting you, and a normal way of processing a traumatic experience such as loss. Numbness and shock are a normal reaction. Another stage you may experience is anger. You may find that you are angry, frustrated, upset. It's okay to be angry when you lose something that's important to you, no matter how big or small. Angry toward the person or thing you've lost, angry at the world, at God, at the causes of your loss. You may even feel angry towards others who have not been going through what you have. Anger isn't always rational, and that's because you're grieving. People who are dealing with grief do not always think rationally. As you cope, that anger may become more rational, and your thinking will become clearer. You'll likely go through a stage of questioning, wondering why, trying to get answers. It can be hard to understand why losses happen. As part of the process of dealing with grief, you may seek answers as to why the loss happened and try to make sense of what occurred. Maybe you'll find yourself bargaining, trying to make deals with others, with yourselves, with God, to try to make things go back to the way they were before. This again is a normal part in dealing with grief. Yet another stage in dealing with grief is a stage of loneliness and sadness. It's a time of low energy, feeling slowed down, sad. During this time, it's hard to focus and concentrate. You may experience memory problems, sometimes feel confused, distracted, have difficulty sleeping, like you're not yourself. It's normal to feel this way because you are grieving. The sadness we feel can be very intense and painful. Remember that going through this too is normal, and it will gradually decrease as you heal, even though it doesn't feel like it. Often seen as the final stage of grief is acceptance. During this stage, you begin to recreate a new life in the aftermath of the loss. You begin to accept that things have changed. Your life is different. Maybe not better. Maybe not worse, just different. Acceptance is the act of coming to the realization that the loss has occurred, but you can move on. It's normal to proceed through the stages of grief in a non-linear order. You may experience acceptance, and then you might return again to anger. Wherever you are at is okay. It's okay to ask questions and feel upset. You have the right to grieve. You can get through this. Everyone has their own way of going through the process of dealing with grief. You do not need to grieve in a particular way. Do whatever is right for you. Now, if you want to, you can take a moment or two to just be with the feelings you have. Allow the grief, acknowledge it, face the emotions, or accept that you are grieving. Do whatever feels right for you right now. If you need more time to sit with this, go ahead and pause and resume when you're ready. We're going to conclude with just a few moments of focusing back in on our breath. Taking just a few of those deep, full breaths, filling your lungs completely. And breathing in, breathing out. Stay here as long as you need to. But when you're ready, go ahead and return. I hope you found this helpful and were able to recognize that even setting aside every personal experience that we might be having right now, as a world, as a nation, and as a community, there are very clear signs of grieving, of deep grief. For a lot of reasons. It's okay to take this time to acknowledge where you are at. Have a good rest of your Wednesday.